Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was funny too.
Yeah. All right.
So you wanna start off with one of them topics? You wanna start with Ice Cube or Adam 22?
Let's start off with Adam 22. Yo.
Yo.
Welcome back to the Lum LaL show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your host, Lal.
Lottie Dottie, we love the potty. It's your boy Lum.
And this is your weekly injection of introspection, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I came up with a little elevator pitch. Not even elevator pitch, just like somebody was like, how you describe your pod in 10 words?
Yeah.
And I was like, two guys talking about life, social trends, and perspective.
Yeah.
Like, that's really it. Two guys talking about life, social trends, and perspective. Because I'm like, what do we really just talk about life, social trends, and perspective. That's really what we talk about.
Yeah, the stuff that
like,
kind of
honestly,
interests me. I was just talking to Corey off camera before we started, and I'm just like, yeah, man, me and Bilal just have, I feel like, a unique advantage of being very interested in a lot of things. You know what I mean?
That part too,
it's like most interesting things, a lot of interesting things we both like. And if there's like a sector of things that like I'm not up to date, he's up to date in it. If there's a sector of things that he's not up to date, I'm usually up to date in it. So I feel like it has nice little, you know what I mean? Because usually people have music podcasts, or they'll have life podcasts, or they'll just have podcasts talking about shit. But I feel like you never know what type of podcast we're going to have day to day for real. Like,
no, yeah, we're here to give our perspective on a multitude of different things.
A multitude of different, like.
Speaking of which.
Oh, yeah.
This week.
Yes.
There's a lot of things to get into.
Yes. I want to get into
We might not even touch all of them yet.
I want to get into what earns a white guy who has violated, and maybe not the worst way, but a pretty bad way, an invitation to the cookout. Because I feel like...
So let's get into how... Yeah. We're talking about Adam 22 and his girlfriend. If you don't know, we're going to get into it. But how Adam 22 is one of the founders of the No Jumper podcast. I don't know if he did it by himself or not, but...
Yeah, he was the face at least from the beginning.
At least he was the face from the beginning. And so... What violation to the cookout was there? Like, what did he do to
I said I want to know if he earned an invitation. But the violation to the cookout originally was he invited a Nazi on his show to, I guess a former Nazi on his show to speak. And I feel like all the black staff on the show, like AD probably being the most famous of the black staff that was on his show, basically left. You know what I mean? There was a big uproar about it. They felt like he was having letting him get some jokes off. I didn't watch it because I'm not about to watch no Nazi, but you know what I mean? I heard about it, and there was a huge uproar about that, and that was what kind of got him in our bad graces. As
I mean, to me, I don't.
You know what I mean?
This is like this is where I stand, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of people not gonna like this.
Yeah.
But fuck it. I feel that it's much safer as a black person, as a person that is Afro-Indigenous, whatever you want to define yourself as a non-ether, melanated, as one of us. I feel that it is a lot safer to assume that a white person is a racist until proven otherwise.
Absolutely.
I don't go like, it's like Muhammad Ali said. Absolutely. He was like, yo, they was like, well, do you think all white people are bad? He was like, listen, he said, if there was 1,000 rattlesnakes coming towards me, and out of that 1,000 rattlesnakes, 100 of them was good, am I supposed to just stand there and let that 100 rattlesnakes form a circle around me and protect me from the rest of the 1,000 rattlesnakes? Yeah. He's like, no, or am I supposed to run and shut all the rattlesnakes out?
Yeah.
I'm shutting all the rattlesnakes out. And that don't mean I discriminate against anybody. It just means simply I feel that you are racist until I know you're not. Yeah. And that keeps me safe.
Yeah.
I don't treat you like shit. Yeah. I just be like, hey, I don't know about whoever until I see something that makes me feel otherwise.
Yeah, until I ingratiate myself with you. Like I feel like, you know, there's different things, like just like we handle black people. There's certain things that I'm gonna assume about you or not assume about you until I know otherwise. Like I don't know you, so I'm not inviting you to my house. You are a fucking breaking entering bandit until you're proven otherwise. Because
like until I what's up with you.
You know what I'm saying? Until I've gotten money with you, till I've chilled with you, talked to you, vibed with you, and felt you out. You're not coming to see my crib. That was before I even had a family.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's double time now. So I feel like that's a rational way to be. But with him, I feel like a lot of people just make that assumption just because his participation in the hip hop community and No Jumper being.
I don't think that any white person participating in black culture gets you any invitation to anything because black culture is extremely profitable. That's like saying because a person is in childcare, they're the best person around children. They really know children. Like, no, childcare is profitable. Half of these people in child care don't know what they're doing. There's been plenty of tapes of kids getting abused at daycares, or we know what happens in schools. The education is shit. Like, just because you're in child care don't mean that, just because you're participating in black culture don't mean that you're pro-black.
Yeah, it don't mean shit. You just know it's mad profitable. I'll participate.
Exactly
I would participate in a lot
profitable.
Of shit that's mad profitable that I have no interest in.
Yeah.
If it didn't morally, if it didn't morally compromise me, like, what's stopping me? If it's mad profitable and there's nothing, even though they're doing shit that's morally compromising, these people that we're talking about, but like, you know what I'm saying? To them, it's not. So they're getting in our shit and just, bleeding it dry. There's mad people that do that. Even though, I don't know enough about Adam 22 to say hither or
I don't know what he is,
who
he is, or nothing like that.
But I know I've seen his name on a lot of big interviews.
Yeah, I've seen his
interviews. And there's been one or two artists that I found out about through No Jumper. But you know what I mean. That's what he did
to get to the point.
To get to the point. Pause. You know what I'm saying? To get to the point.
Big pause.
This man, you know what I mean. He did that to get into the black community's bad graces. Now, the next thing he did, I don't know if he did it to get back into the black community's
I don't know what
good graces. I'm not sure what the motivation is.
My boy,
but apparently there was a rather large gentleman.
Pause.
And
apparently?
Yeah, apparently this man.
No, it's not apparently.
He like 6'6", you know what I mean? And apparently, I guess it's official. He put it out there. He tweeted it. He let some dude he let some dude come drop the glizzy in his queen. And that's just how it went.
A black porn star.
Yes, a black porn star.
He let a black man that was a porn star.
Yes.
And it ain't. I don't care the fact that he's a black man.
Destroy his bride.
It's a simple fact that's the cookout part because he was a black man.
He was a black man.
But he let his wife who wants to do porn, I guess.
No, she does porn actively.
When did she start doing porn?
Well, they do porn together and they fuck girls together. And he refers to her as a porn star.
And
I haven't really researched her porn, but I know he refers to her.
And now she's stepping out to have sex with like different guys.
Yeah, his point was, she's watched me have sex with like mad women, so it's okay. But he did say, but the thing is, like, he said it was cool because, like, you know what I'm saying, her pussy actually came back down to pre-BBC size, according to him. So.
I can't do it, bro.
That makes it okay.
I've been talking about this for a couple of days.
That's what he said.
I've been talking about this for a couple of days.
He said that makes it okay.
And I'm not. No, that's never. See, to be honest, it makes me speechless. It makes me speechless because under no circumstance is any woman who I call my girlfriend or anything above that, wife, lover, anything. If we at the girlfriend phase and you want to go have sex with that man, you can go have sex with that man. But after you're done, you're single.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's my favorite. That's my favorite thing. Anytime a woman has ever asked me, like, in a permission type way, she's like, "Yo, am I allowed to do this, or can I do this?" I always be like, "Yo, you are grown. You can do anything you want. You just can't do anything you want and come back and be my girl." But you can do anything you want at any point in time of the day. I'm not telling nobody what to do.
No, because let's get into it though.
There's just
there's a lot of people out there that's gonna say Adam is more of a man for allowing his girlfriend or his wife actually. He's more of a man for allowing his wife to go and explore
to get destroyed.
Her sexual. To get and
fucking,
she posted
to get
Pound
fucking,
Town just left Pound Town. She posted
She did post this left Pound Town. First of all, she's half this man's size. You let your girl get broken half by this fucking giant for what?
I mean, this is the
footage.
Thing. This is the thing
for fucking likes.
But this is the thing though. I think that
for likes,
to me, I have no concept of what that truly is, and when I mean that is like. I used to contemplate whether I wanted to be in a polygamous situation, right? I used to contemplate that because it was just something to think about. Polygamy was like a hot topic and everybody's talking about it. Yeah. I got invited to a polygamous situation with 2 women.
Yeah.
I did not participate for various reasons. But I've been around it. Yeah. And I think the thing for me has always been I've even been in situations with other women who have said, "Yo, like we can do a threesome. You want a threesome? You want a threesome?" Mm-hmm. And I told them straight up, like, I'm never asking you for a threesome. And the reason why I'm never asking you for a threesome is because if you ask me to be with another guy, the answer is gonna be no.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to be somebody that's going to be like, oh, well, I want to do this, I want to do that. And when you like, well, can I go fuck on him? And it's like, no. Yeah. So for me, it's just I'm not even going to ask you for that because it's just a no. It's just a no.
And they always just trying to.
It's never going to be a yes for me.
And then I'm gonna get mad. Like, why you even asking me? Why you being funny? Like, why you being funny? Anytime I go even play, ask me something. I'm just like, why you being funny?
Like, this is the question. Like, people are like, oh, he like, again, the argument that he should be revered as more of a man because he's secure. This is my question. If we're in here right now, it's me. Corey and Lum in the spot right now, and let's say we order food, right? We got food in here, boom, 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 and my girl walk in here, and she like, yeah, boo, my friend hungry. Can he get a bite of your sandwich?
Can what? What happened?
Can your friend get a bite of my sandwich?
What? Whoa, what is going on?
Pause.
Yeah, for sure. What is going on?
But still, though, I no grown ass man that I know like. If my bro is hungry and I have like some food out and he's like, yo, I'm hungry, bro, get some food. Yeah. But I'm not up for this random guy that you just brought into my space to be eating off my plate. And I'm like,
yeah, that's random.
So if I'm not gonna let him eat off my plate, what make you think I'm gonna be cool with him having sex with you?
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
That's different to me.
It's about manners.
Even if it was to let you get a piece of my sandwich does not mean, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you
pop my girl.
Yeah. Fuck all that.
Rip my queen apart.
He's going crazy.
I don't think you've seen this. I'm just listening.
I have not seen the footage, and I'm not.
No, not the footage. They were standing next to each other.
Oh, I seen that picture.
Okay, I'm about to say that's what I seen. I ain't watching nothing else. I didn't want to see Adam, you and your fucking crazy escapades. I do not.
I've never seen none of him, Adam and his girls porn. I don't watch no celebrity.
I don't watch no celebrity.
I actually don't even think people should watch porn. That's me personally.
Hey, do you think this is like his last stance of trying to come to the cookout though? For real.
Come to the cookout? I don't think he give a fuck about a cookout.
Yeah,
I think he gonna get money regardless. I don't think he give a fuck about
I think he may just be one of them people who really just don't care about that type of shit. Maybe it's just like to him because he sees it kind of as, yo, yeah, I've been hitting mad girls with my girls. Like, they double team girls all the time, and he could just roll with that. He was just hitting. I was about to say, I was talking to Bilal, there was an update. I seen the one dude, Cab Bennett, I think that's his name. There's the one dude who's like the YouTuber dude, who's Twitching and shit. He be streamer, yeah. He was like, he called Adam like, yo, I want next. Or whatever on live, and then Adam reposted it. You know what I'm saying, like, yo, and then his girl was like, "What you think, Adam?" with the question mark under side. You know, they trolling, they going for it. Who knows? She might get another one. You know what I'm saying, she might get another one.
What I'm thinking is it like this though, right? Like he already disrespected the culture with bringing the Nazis.
Yeah.
Right?
Now he's trying to turn his girl into an HBCU, right?
Then he kicks his whole crew out of it. You know what I'm saying? All black. Kicks them all out, right?
Whoa.
This is offering to you know what I'm saying? This is like an offering to us.
Like,
I'm going to offer you my wife for your acceptance.
Now he's trying to turn his girl into a YMCA in the hood.
It could be a thing.
No, like, yeah.
I mean,
as an offering.
If it is a thing, you should know, he should know, because I know, offering, this is the thing about my people. When you are already down, like when let me put it like this: if black people look at you as less than in whatever situation, and you come around with offerings and tithes, black people don't never accept that shit. Yeah. Like if you kicked out the hood and you come around like, bro, I got weed, they're beating your ass. They're taking your weed and they're smoking it up while they're talking about how they just beat your ass. Yeah. There's never going to be a situation where you can come around black people who have already deemed you as
a violation.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he can't come
and
around.
Then be like, here's offerings and tithes. Like, no. So I don't know what that is. I think that's really just him, though. I think he's just really like that.
He just with the smoke.
He's really like that. I just know for me, I can never, ever fathom that being an okay situation. And not only was it just like a you smashed him, it was like you smashed him publicly. Like the tape was going to drop. Like it's going to be a featured presentation.
But I think he taped it too.
Yeah, I think he was in the room.
I'm not 100% sure. I think dude told the story kind of like he was like, yo, you want to hit for like, I ain't 100% sure, so it's not like a quote, but I think dude told the story basically like, yo, you trying to come through and like plug my girl. He's like, oh yeah. I don't know if he said that, but I'm just assuming that's what he said. You trying to come through, plug my queen up? So he's like,
plug my queen up. Those words don't even. Doesn't compute.
That's his queen. I'm just trying to tell an accurate story of how I feel like it went. Trying to come through. He called and said, yo, you trying to come through and plug my queen up? And he was just like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? They discussed whatever they discussed, money, no money. I don't know what they dealings was. He came through, and I think he said basically like he was in there and it was getting ready to go, and Adam just kind of comes out the cut with like a little camera, like zooming in on some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get him out the cut. I think he basically said like he didn't mention that he was going to be there filming it. I'm gonna have to watch that dude's interview again. You know what I'm saying? I gotta watch Sam. I'm gonna have to watch Cuz again because I don't want to fucking stay. I'm going to go watch this girl get. You know what I'm saying? Dominated.
Coming, bro. Like,
probably.
This
I don't like it. I don't like it.
This is not how I wanted my reparations.
That's horrible.
I don't like it.
I don't want my reparations in this. I wanted the money.
I don't like it. To me, if that's the vibe that we on, you're not my girlfriend. You're not my girlfriend. Because the only people I've ever told to go do what you do, I don't mind, are people who I really am not. Like, we not. Like, you can do what you want to do. We not. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not mad at you. If I see you out with another man, I'm not mad at you because we not on that type time.
Yeah.
But if we're on that type time, I promise you we are on that type time.
Yeah.
Like, it got to be that.
No, yeah, for
it
sure.
Gotta be that. And if there's another woman that ever comes into a situation, it got to be because she wanted her and she picked her. Because I'm not even asking. Because if you turn around and ask for a nigga, you know the answer.
Yeah.
And all that hypocrite shit.
Yeah, I don't care about none of that. Like, I mess with girls. Don't try to flip it on me. Like, if you mess with a girl and you cheat on me with a girl, guess what I'm cheating on you with? A girl. I don't know what you. I remember I was talking to some girl. She's like, "You ever mess with a girl? No, but you can't because it was a girl, so you have to mess with a dude." I was like, "Get out my house."
What?
She said, "Huh?" That's what she said. After I told her to get out my house, I said, "Get out my house." She said, "What?" I'm like, "Cause you're saying some wild." And I was young and a lot more brash about certain. You know, I'm a lot more calm and a lot more forward thinking. But certain statements to me just triggered me when I was young. So that was an immediate. You got to get out.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. Adam 22 tripping. He ain't invited to no cookout of mine, just because. I feel like for me to want to interact with people that are so far outside of my normal realm of people that I interact with, it has to have a purpose. Are we working together on some task? Are we doing business together? Are we getting money together? Yeah. If we don't have a purpose, nobody gets invited to nothing I'm doing off clout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it has to be a purpose.
Yeah, facts.
It got to be a purpose. So as far as inviting Adam to the cookout, I'm going to say no. I'm going to also say I personally don't understand the life of a cuck. We talked about that a few pods ago.
Life of a cuck.
And again, Kev said don't kink shame, which I'm not into kink shaming.
I don't want to shame anybody's things,
There's only two kinks that come to my mind right now that I have a deep disgust for. More than two, actually, but these main two. And I don't feel like I don't want to shame people. What disgusts me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And that's being a cuck and also age play.
Age? Well, what's
what is age play, bro?
Oh, no. You're not talking about them niggas who be dressing up like babies and shit, are you?
Yes, but I met a girl who was into acting like a 6-year-old before. We never did anything. She told me, I like to, my alter ego, like, I like to, be a 6-year-old. And I'm like,
that's kind of wild, man.
I can't do that.
You want to be a 6-year-old? So what you want me to do with a fucking 6-year-old? You want to go to the park and slide? Because that's about all the fuck we're going to do. If you start acting like a 6-year-old and you don't want to come out, if you act like a 6-year-old nigga, you going fucking upstairs, play with some toys, get away from me. We gonna do all this shit.
But first of all, if you act like a 6-year-old, I'm going, huh?
If you act like a 6-year-old,
I'm out of there.
If you act like a 6-year-old and try to do anything or say anything sexual to me, I'm calling the fucking police.
But I don't want to, you know what I mean?
I'm calling the cops.
I
don't even do that.
She's cool. Like, no shade to her. I'm just saying I can't do that. I can't do that.
But I won't
because
do
to me,
that.
What's the difference between that and a pedophile? I don't think there's one.
I would do anything for love, but
I won't do that. Come on.
Oh no, I won't do that.
I promise you, like, we can't take it there.
I would do it.
We cannot take it there.
I would do. That's a wild ask. I don't know. I don't know if I've had a wilder ass. Not the wildest ass.
She said, "Yeah, I like to be a 6-year-old. Like I like to." And then she threw her 6-year-old voice on. She's like, "Yeah, I like that." I'm just like,
I think she threw her 6-year-old voice on.
yikes! Like no, bro. I feel like old boy is about to come out like. Did you know that?
So what were you planning on doing, Bilal?
What were you planning on doing with a 6-year-old? Like,
you're like, well, she was just 27 like a second ago.
But she's 6 now.
Yeah, she's 6 right now. She identifies as a 6-year-old, Bilal. So what were you planning on doing with the 6-year-old with this?
Let me tell you something.
You remember this dude?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, that show was so crazy because they would always have the wildest baskets. He's like, so what were you planning to do with this basket of wine and condoms? And they were like, I was going to try to show her the dangers of the internet. I came here to show him what could happen if you hit the wrong person. So you needed to bring a basket full of wine and condoms to do that. And what are these? Sleeping? You need to bring wine, condoms, and NyQuil to show him. Some motherfuckers used to be like, oh, get him off the fucking street. He got a basket of wine and condoms. He thought he was coming to me. Yo, bring How to Catch a Predator back. That was the best show on goddamn
How to
TV.
Catch a Predator is
Bring How to Catch a
crazy.
Predator back. Bring it back. We need it. We need it.
Damn.
It took Predator. Do I have to say the good it did? I don't think I have to fucking sit here and explain the good How to Catch a Predator.
When them niggas found out that the boys was on their way right now,
bro,
it was some of the most
they be outside.
exciting moments on TV.
They used to be outside. He used to be like, well, I hope you know the police are coming in. Some of them would just start begging for mercy, like they could get out of it. Other ones would just break out and run out and then get tackled by the cops and shit. Like, yeah, like.
Damn. Yo, I know the pod is getting good, but we have a message from our sponsors. Did you know that only half the adults with mental illness actually get treated?
Or that 2.5 million youth in the U.S. actually suffer from severe depression?
Our sponsors, the House of Wax, is raising awareness of mental disorders through knowledge, education, and music as a collective resource hub.
So let's normalize talks about mental health. To continue to raise awareness, for resources, visit the house at waxmentalhealth.org. And if you know someone in crisis, make sure to tell them to dial the crisis hotline at 988 because you are not alone. Yeah. So there's people on YouTube who do that. Like, they have their own little show. No, facts. I found them. I gotta find these. You seen them? It's like three old white dudes.
I did see that before.
And they be calling motherfuckers and they don't meet up and they don't do the same thing. Only they really be beating the dudes up and stuff sometimes. Like, it was it. That's yeah. That's definitely a good one.
Different way to save the world, but that was definitely, they added value though.
Yeah. I feel like they added value, man. All right. So we gonna this is what topic we
going. That kind of rolls off into it. Like,
yeah.
I didn't understand what you meant by it though.
Yeah.
What did you mean?
As far as this?
Yeah.
Like, basically, the one topic I had was like, is all insecurity unhealthy in a relationship, and is there such a thing as being too secure in your relationship? The reason I said that is basically because I feel like a little bit of insecurity or like a tiny bit of jealousy sometimes, or just a tiny bit of territorialness. Maybe not with guys per se, because I'm only speaking for me on the outside. I'm not speaking for my actions. I'm speaking for the actions done on to me and actions done towards me in relationships. I have had girls that I felt like was too cool.
What
about
you
certain
mean?
shit. They just was too secure about everything. And it's not like I don't need you to be insecure about anything. When I say insecure, I don't mean
like what was something that they was cool with that you just didn't want them to be cool with?
It's hard to say. It's kind of like, all right, it would be like there'd be like a girl on my top. You know what I'm saying? On my top.
And they wouldn't really care about it.
Yeah, it'd be weird. And a lot of times I found out it was for other reasons that was kind of a little bit more sinister that they care. Not saying you got to blow your top, you know what I mean? But it'd be something like, oh, yeah, I ain't really worried about that, or I ain't really worried about that. And enough I don't really worry about that, it's kind of equal. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like there's a balance between, like, giving a fuck and not giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like you know for a fact your girl care about you. You know what I mean? She's territorial about you. You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent, she's not about to let no bullshit go on around you. You know what I mean? Or be disrespected by somebody, or be by somebody. You know what I'm saying about you. My girl is the same way, and I feel like that sense of, I feel like in that there's a sense of love because like I've had many different like relationships, like trying different things and shit, and trying to just make certain shit work. So I met a lot of different people. You know what I mean? When I say relationships, I mean like friendships, business relationships, romantic relationships. And I feel like there can be such a thing as being too secure. Like, you can be the guy who's too secure, who's just like, I got my girl wrapped up, and you just going on an everyday routine, not doing anything special.
So you mean getting comfortable?
Yeah, even secure, even being a little too secure. Like, maybe you need to be a little bit insecure about your relationship to get yourself uncomfortable if that's what you need to love your girl. Some people can be secure and love their girl. I feel very secure myself, but I also feel like I have the ability to give my girl attention and know that, like, if I don't do X, Y, and Z in my relationship, I can lose it.
But I don't think it's like being too secure. I feel like what you need is not necessarily insecurity. What you need is boundaries and a sense of territory. Yeah. You need boundaries and a sense of territory. Because, like, when somebody is in a relationship and that person doesn't have a sense of territory, then they tend to allow a lot of things happen. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that a sense of territory is natural and necessary because what's yours is never yours until you claim it. Yeah. You know what I mean? No, absolutely. Like, what's yours is never really yours until you claim it. Like, that's why the situation with Adam is strange, because it's like, nigga, that's not your girl, bro. Yeah. Cool, she comes home to you, she cooks for you, whatever. But, like, I know a lot of people who've been in situations with someone who came home, slept in the same bed with them, and cooked for them, but it was for everybody. Like, for everybody. That's not yours for
happens
them.
Every day.
You know what I mean? Like, that don't mean that that's your woman because she's sleeping in your bed at the end of the night, bro. Yeah. That don't mean that's your man because he's sleeping in your bed at the end of the night. What makes somebody yours, I feel like, is equal boundaries and territory. Do you know how to be devoted? Yeah. Because if you don't know how to be devoted, then you need to, you know what I mean? Yeah. Either play the side, play the back, play the left, but you can't play the front.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I mean? Not on no, like, so yeah, I think that it's not about insecurity. I think it's just like territory and boundaries. Yeah, even you got boundaries in your relationship.
I feel like even having a certain balance with it too. Even if we purely talking about security, like, I've had both extremes of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had both. I've had the girl that would punch any girl who spoke to me, which is obviously a bad thing. Like, literally, I've had the girl who's going to punch any girl who spoke to me, who anytime I know anybody, I got to warn her whenever I see a woman cousin, she going to act weird. And then I've had the girl who completely just don't give a fuck about anything. And I'm not saying, like, you could be, I'm not saying, like, I want a girl to be insecure and worried about certain shit. But certain things set off certain alarms in just women when they care about you. You know what I mean? Most women that I've seen who have genuinely cared about somebody, most things set off alarms. So I feel like there's always a balance with, you know what I mean, being a little territorial or maybe a little bit secure or insecure with the person you love. I feel like whatever that spectrum is, where the dude is telling a girl to come home, you know what I'm saying, or the girl is stalking her man, trying to find out where he is, whatever the opposite end of that spectrum is, I don't feel like it's a safe place to be.
No. Definitely don't want to be at the opposite end of that.
I feel like there's a healthy middle where you can give respect and room to your partner, but still let them know, yo, I care about you, you know, make sure you holding you, because me for one, I know that insecurity comes with people, so I'm one to appease. You know what I'm saying? If you're a little insecure, I'm the one who I want to be the type of person who will give a little bit of extra effort to help you appease that insecurity. Like, we can talk about this and try to handle the situation.
In a relationship, you want to reassure whoever you're fucking with.
Absolutely. You know, after a while, that becomes old in a relationship where you constantly have to appease somebody's sense of insecurity. But to me, it's like, yo, I feel like you doing blase blah. I told you before. I think I've said this on the podcast before. It's like, yo, I think you might be texting blase blah. Take my phone, walk around for the day, go to the mall, whatever. You look at what you need to look at. You hit me for whatever password you need to get. And then when you feel comfortable, you come and bring it back to me. Because to me, at the end of the day, like, having a relationship is like you said, what is the meaning of being devoted? Are you finna do whatever you can do in a reasonable sense to make your relationship work? If you feel like it's reasonable. I feel like when people are people, it's reasonable for people to have insecurities. Now, I don't deal with the type of person who needs to have my phone every single day. But, you know, if, you know, for everything that we've done and been to each other, if that was a situation that would come across, you know, I wouldn't mind doing something like that. Now, if I'm doing it every week, we're running into an issue. Right. Now we're running into the other opposite end of the spectrum where you're tipping towards mad insecurity. But you know what I mean? I just feel like a lot of times there is a way to be too secure, and sometimes people who are too secure, it's kind of like they don't really give a fuck about you type shit. That's why they're so secure, because they don't really care if you're taking a dick
if I'm
or getting some pussy or who you fucking
whatever,
or who you around.
Whatever, whenever, but however, then I'm not really trying to be locked in.
Are they locked in with you? Are they devoted and trying to build with you, or are you convenient for them at the time?
There's definitely,
Are you convenient? How secure are they? You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, you can do whatever you want because you're just convenient for me at the time, and I'm not finna be fucking with you after a while anyway.
Yeah.
Type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's definitely a balance to that. Just thinking about, because I feel like people always have those discussions about the opposite end of the security spectrum. We're talking about the guy who's insecure, the girl who's insecure. Can we have male, female friends, blah, blah, blah. But we never talk about the motherfucker who's too cool. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker who's a little too secure. I feel like that exists too.
You know, the crazy part about that is being super secure and being overly detached.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe what I'm talking about.
But the crazy thing about that is being overly detached has actually got me a lot of women.
Oh, for sure.
It's just like they kind of.
This is just true.
They're kind of attracted to people who don't give a fuck.
Yeah, at least we're not going to. Because I feel like, to be honest, there's so many, because I hear so many crazy stories about guys, but I understand like they're true. Just for like I said, the relationships I had, the friendships I have. 4 sisters. I have women, cousins, aunts. And I realize a lot of these niggas out here really be trying to apply like nasty pressure. When I say apply pressure, I don't mean like the type of pressure you apply.
What's nasty pressure?
Nasty ass pressure. You just like, you know what I'm saying? They just don't know how to talk. They don't know how to give you space. They're tweaking. They asking about pussy the first day. They'll send you a random dick pic. They're just doing all the wrong shit. They calling asking to get picked up at their house on the first date. They doing random nasty things. And, you know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like when people meet somebody who actually knows how to talk.
So you think like my bad,
just be regular. You know what I'm saying? Just be a regular guy and not have to just it gives you.
But that is a regular guy though, based upon what women's anecdotes be.
Yeah,
that is a regular guy. Nasty pressure.
Yeah, women's anecdotes. So when you meet somebody, it's abnormal to them to see like the opposite. To not see that pressure. Like, I remember being a teenager and, you know what I'm saying, not even being a teenager, probably being 21, 20, and having a girl have to stay at my crib. We kind of were dating or whatever. We were just getting to know each other, and she stays here and she's kind of uncomfortable. I had to tell her, I'm like, yeah, you do realize like, you can sleep in my bed and I won't touch you if you tell me like you're not trying. I'm not like, this isn't like a thing like, oh, I want you to know you can sleep in my bed and I'll sleep on the couch. You can sleep on the couch, or we can both sleep in the bed head to toe. But like, I'm not finna touch you or do anything weird unless you're trying to do that.
That's another thing.
I think it's weird, and I'm like, I'm sorry that you are in environments where you feel like as soon as you stay the night over a guy's crib, he's gonna think like you owe him some coochie. But I'm just not that type of person. Yeah. Now, if you. You know what I'm saying? If you bring the coochie over, you know what I mean? If you throwing it in the air and you telling me, yo, it's up there, I'm Randy Moss. I'm coming down with it. You know what I mean? I'm Randy Moss. But at the end of the day, it has to be a comfortability thing. And I feel like the type of environment is created by guys. You know what I'm saying? That environment does exist where women feel the type of pressure. Because I seen the pressure on the front. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at this situation because she thought I was saying it like she couldn't get an Uber home at the time. I didn't have no car.
But that's what always makes me come off detached, is because I'm not applying that type of pressure.
No, facts.
And then the question is, well, do you want me? Do you want me?
Exactly.
And it's like,
exactly.
I mean, I'll take you if you're offering. But then that makes, be like, well, do you really want me?
Do you really want me? Because you ain't. Yeah, because nowadays.
If I really wanted you would know.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And sometimes you try to fill people out. Sometimes it takes you a longer while to fill people out. If I'm talking to you, we're having a good phone conversation, but maybe you have a busy schedule and we only seen each other like 3 times in 3 months, I may not know if I want you or not. I may still be intrigued by you. I may be waiting for something to open up, or maybe I feel like we might be friends. Because sometimes, a lot of times, even with my girl, when I first met my girl, we was friends for a long time because I don't really try to put labels on relationships when I meet women all the time. Because I realized a long time ago the type of value that women bring and just their mindset and their thinking and their organization. And there's just certain things that I feel like you can learn a lot from.
And it's crazy because even the most unorganized woman is more organized than the man.
I try to say that all the time. That is not a stereotype. That is not a stereotype, fam. That is not. Listen, I try to tell my dog when we used to have a fucking duplex. I used to live on the bottom. I used to live on the bottom floor. He lived on the top. Used to have a duplex. I would try to tell him, like, yo, before I lived down there was like 3 rooms on the 3rd floor. I had a room in the attic, and we used to fucking be roommates and shit before I moved down to the bottom. I'm like, yo, bro, you need to have a girl come in and clean this, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You need to pay somebody because she's gonna be able to do shit you can't do. Oh, bro, I think that's a myth. Girls can't clean. But listen, I'm not saying women should be in charge of cleaning the house. I try to clean my house for my girl now. I try to remember. But the thing is, when it comes to detail, unmatched. I'll try to give my best effort. My girl come in and tell me something I forgot. It ain't like I'm trying to cut corners. I'm thinking I'm doing it. That nigga cleaned his crib. He invited the girl over thinking it was smooth. She walked right in. Damn. Cobwebs in the corner. You could have got them. I'm looking at this nigga. He talking to this girl. I'm like, Told
Damn,
you, but you thought you was
first
fucking
of all,
Mr. Clean,
if you're
huh?
inviting her over and you got cobwebs
In the corner.
and bro, I know you watching
Cobwebs
this, bro.
in the
You
corner.
know you folded on that one.
Folded
bro.
on that
You
one.
know you folded on that.
It was
one,
funny
bro.
as hell.
It's cool.
But he
Love
told
you,
me I was right though. It
Folded
don't
on
matter,
that
bro.
one.
He told me I was right.
Because you was right, bro.
I was right.
Bro,
It's
my
a-
mom
bro,
used to come
girls,
into
bro.
my crib, bro. I would clean my crib, my entire crib before my raise came over.
Yeah.
Before she came over, I would clean my whole crib. I would go to work and come back or I would get a text or something. She at some point in the day she would let me know, yeah, I'm cleaning your house. And I'm like, you're cleaning my house? I literally just cleaned my house
Before
24 hours ago. And she's like, yeah, but it was just shit that,
Yeah.
It'll be like, if you clean all the surfaces, you ain't get the baseboards. You ain't get this. So there's always something.
There's always, and even like when
Right.
it comes to planning, when it comes to just organizing events or just bossing, like there's a lot of shit like there's this mad value in sometimes just being friends with women. I feel like people just kind of underestimate that, and I do. Believe
I didn't understand the value of being friends with a woman until.
And you can be friends. You
sure.
can have friends, you know what I'm saying, of the opposite sex. People, you can't do that. That's what I'm saying. Y'all niggas ain't, when niggas be saying, oh, you can't ever be friends, I be like, y'all niggas ain't got no fucking pussy in y'all life, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm just
you
trying
ain't
to be
gotten
real.
to a
Y'all
place where
niggas
you was
haven't-
tired of having
Y'all
sex.
niggas haven't lived no fucking life if you still tweaking every relationship. If you don't know how to extract the best thing out of a relationship with a woman who may have way more to offer you than vagina, and you're just looking at her as vagina when maybe she owns a business or she could be a resource for you, then you're not the type of nigga I really want to be around. You can't even be in every room I'm in because you can't hold your water, fam.
You can't hold your water.
You can't hold your water.
You're not going to be able
to
to speak to a beautiful woman about something that, other than her beauty.
Yeah, and it's you're not the type of person I want to be
You're gonna
around.
be stuck on it.
And it's like I say all the time, that type of value in those relationships. Like I said, if it evolves into that, I'm a guy like any other guy. If you're attractive and you're interested in me and I'm single and we're vibing, we probably will get into something. But at the end of the day, I've never been the type of person to enter it like, okay, cool. I always enter in situations when I'm talking to somebody, unless we're exclusively like, yo, I think you cute, I'm trying to get to know you, cool. But if we meet on some let's exchange numbers type shit, if it's networking, then I'm feeling you out. I might ask you out on a date, see if you want to come kick it, go get something to eat somewhere, you know what I mean? Maybe you may invite me somewhere else, but I'm never going in with some idea of what a relationship is going to be because I feel like you kind of shoehorn yourself in. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You may fuck this girl, and congratulations, she may become a millionaire next month, and maybe she was looking for a partner in the exact same thing that you do. But you were so busy worrying about, I got to go get the pussy, that you done missed that whole part of her. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like when it comes to just building relationships with the opposite sex, people just need to, you know what I'm saying, take your fucking time. Yeah. First of all, stop being nasty and fostering environments where, like, y'all feel like pussy's a fair exchange for favors, or where y'all feel like motherfuckers owe you some shit because, like, you did. Like, to me, it's just weird, fam. And I know it happens a lot. It's not a fucking myth just because of the women I've seen have the reactions I've seen, and, you know what I'm saying, for the way they've been dealt with, for real.
You know, I also think, though, people don't respect the value of a plus one.
Yeah,
of a platonic plus one.
They don't.
Like, it's a great thing to have some women friends that are put together, look good, and got something going on for themselves. Because at one point you might need a plus one, or they might need a plus one. There's been plenty of times where a woman friend who is platonic has invited me somewhere, and that has been beneficial for me.
Oh, facts. I went and had a good time and came home.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's also good to say, I'm going such and such. Do you want to roll with me? Like I want somebody next to me that I trust, that also is, can be in this room, that also is attractive, but that I don't really want to be like, I don't want to be here with like all lovey-dovey. I'm here for business, but I want somebody with me. You want to roll. You know what I mean? People don't respect the value of plus one, but you can't respect the value of a plus one if you ain't got no plus one situations.
No, facts.
If you're not really trying to do or grow anything, you ain't never going to need a plus one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you ain't not really going to respect it. But that whole talk of like insecurity and women and the value of a woman brings me directly to the Keke Palmer situation.
Oh yeah.
Have y'all heard? You heard?
Yeah.
Definitely heard of that.
So my first hot take when it was fresh out the press, when I didn't know nothing, was a little different from my take now, but it still, I feel like, was not completely different. My first take was from me looking from a very personal perspective. And I was thinking like, all right, number one, he's moving weird. Her boyfriend's moving weird. I'm not having any commentary on anything that I do not like with my girlfriend on social media.
Yeah.
I'm not having any commentary about anything I don't like about my woman on social media.
Yeah.
I don't care.
How old is he?
I don't care if she pop out with a sex tape. I'm not running the social media first.
Do we have dudes' age? Like I
don't know his age, but I know he's probably like he's in between 28 and 35, bro. That's too old.
That's too old.
You know what I mean? So I think that was a mistake. That was a big mistake. That was a huge mistake. Why are you running the social media? Number one. Number two, my take was, if that was my woman, first hot off the press, right? This is not where I'm at now. But my first take was, I don't want my girl with her ass out, not with her ass out, period, because she can have her ass out as much as she want, to be honest. Because, I mean, you've known situations that I've been in, like titties was out, all type of shit was out. Man, but I don't want my girl with her ass out being serenaded by Usher. That's what I don't want. That's what I don't want.
Here we go again. My God.
Whoa,
whoa. Oh my God.
No, but peep though. My thing is this though. Now my take is, because I was like, bro, if he's saying all this, then that means that he probably didn't see her when they left the crib. If my girl get dressed like that and didn't show me that she got dressed like that, not for approval, but because I need to be the first nigga seeing you look that good. I want to see you look good. Yeah. Shit. Can you send me a picture? Send me a little video doing your dancey dance. Yeah. You know what I mean? So if you didn't see her stepping like that, then maybe they not even together and he just on some mad shit. Yeah. But then Kiki got on the net and was like, yo, like, we live together. If you think he didn't see what I had on, you tripping, basically. That's what she said. And I was like, well, damn. Kev was right. Like, he's just a super insecure guy. Like, because to me, you looking sexy out and about has nothing to do with you being a mom. He was like, oh, you're a mom and all that. Bro, I don't give a fuck about you being a mom. It's what we said earlier. It's territory and boundaries. Yeah. It's territory and boundaries. Now, when I look at the tape of Kiki, honestly, she ain't do nothing wrong. She was in her section. Yeah. Usher slid over to her section. Yeah. To sing to her. Yeah. And she was trying her best to like be in the moment, but not like overdo it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie, but from how everybody was talking,
I don't think she did nothing wrong for real.
From how everybody was talking, I thought I was gonna see the video and see her throwing some ass.
I thought she was gonna be
I ain't gonna lie, me too.
I was like, damn, she was stuck. I woke up like, goddamn, Kiki Palmer was throwing ass on Usher.
Now, would I have felt a little tender as her dude? Like if I pop out and see a video of my girl and Usher singing to her and she got the cakes out, I'm gonna be a little tender about it. Like, yo, I don't really like that. But I also am not gonna get mad at her because she ain't do nothing. I'm also not really gonna get mad at him because he's an entertainer. Of course. Kiki Palmer's in the house. Hey, Kiki, let me sing to you. Just gotta eat that. I'm not mad at nobody. I'm just a little tender about it.
We already know. I ain't gonna bring it.
What happened?
No, I'm about to say, we already know shit get real about people's girls. No, we've seen situations where shit done fucking.
Explode. Yeah.
Explode
I seen
about that live.
Punched on, slapped on.
Wrecked.
Out of performance. Nigga that got punched on was the performer. Yeah.
No, facts. I've seen it.
The way Usher was looking at her though reminded me, like, you see, my wife goes to New York from time to time, right? Goes to the Wax Museum.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, it's regular. It's regular. Yeah. But she took a picture with the wax figure of Usher. Yeah. For some reason, man, it just hit me different.
It hit you different.
It hit me different. I was
my God.
That thing down.
How you was gonna go out there and melt Usher's joint?
Yeah, Usher, if he coming at your girlfriend, it's a problem.
I mean, but you got to eat that though, because it's like, if you do it, what you going to do? You got two choices: eat that or sock Usher. So it's like,
I'm gonna sock Usher.
You got to sock Usher.
He said, "I'm punching on it."
I remember when I was at Woody High. Funny story. First of all, when I was at Woody High, they told us like, yo, we want a free concert and shit, right? Niggas was hyped. We heard it was motherfucking Crave and Sammy, and niggas was fucking horribly disappointed. I just wanted to say that. And shout out to Crave. I felt like Crave was a fire, underrated R&B group from Pittsburgh. I actually felt like they should have been bigger than they were. I liked a lot of their songs, but niggas wasn't getting hyped up for Crave and Sammy. Teenage boys in high school. We thinking Gucci coming or something. Yeah. We like, who coming? Who you think, Gucci or Jeezy or Ludacris? Who you think? think? I'm asking motherfuckers, is it T.I.? Is it 50 Cent? We walking down the hall, niggas is coming back who just went to the concert, the first one. They mad disappointed.
Man, shout out to Woody High, man. Yeah. So I'm from Woody High, I love myself.
Yeah.
I like you, love.
Yeah, you know. Definitely got out of Woody High 2008, class 2008. But man, we had that concert. And basically everybody was mad, disappointed. But the reason I brought it up and how it's hazardous this is, I remember Sammy calling somebody's girl up on stage. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, hitting that one little joint. No, you think it ain't the plane. And say how I feel. And she started crying and shit. She was vibrating and shit. This nigga was in the fucking audience. Tight ass red. You. He was puffy. He said, yo, I'll go up there and punch this nigga right now. I was like, and that fucking security guard up there is going to fuck you up in front of the whole school. Eat that.
Eat that,
bro. I said, eat that. I said, you got to eat that, bro. That security guard.
Nah, but I ain't going to lie to you because this is the thing for me. I talk about this a little bit. If my woman is in that situation, and let's say my woman's in a Kiki situation, right? Kiki, yeah. I feel like she handled it as best she could. I feel like she didn't really do nothing wrong. Yeah. Like, what did she do wrong? I don't think she did nothing wrong.
I don't think she, especially if dude.
I think she moved right.
I think she moved as best as she could.
I feel like she moved right.
But I feel like let's put a spin on it. Now, if Kiki started gyrating and crying, you're single, Kiki. You're single.
Yeah. You start gyrating. If that performance turns into you, if Usher like,
we're out of here.
If he busts a tell me and lifts that motherfucking dress up, like, do you want to get freaky?
Oh no!
And you start fucking snaking back, talking about I freak you right out.
Wrap it up.
Oh no! I'm putting all your stuff on the lawn.
Because the
your stuff is going on the lawn.
The reverse is this. If I go to the Lotto concert and get backstage passes, yeah, where I got a little champion gray sweat. You know how the shorties go crazy for the gray sweat. Yeah. Champion gray sweat fit. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, backstage dancing on Lotto, talking about rip me out the plastic I've been acting man. Oh, yeah. Like, you gonna be mad. Yeah. She gonna be mad. Lotto throw that ass back on me. Yeah. In the gray sweats.
In the gray sweats. The thin gray sweats.
The thinnies.
The mad thin one. You can wear them joints in the fucking summer joints. And you won't even be hot.
The silk
You won't even be hot. You won't even fucking be hot in them bitch. You wear them shits in the summer.
Sweats.
Them joints is thin.
You gonna be mad as hell.
You see the prince of my drawers through these sweats. Yeah, I'm showing up.
You gonna be mad as hell. So I just think that it's all about territory and boundaries. Yeah. So as a guy, I'm not mad at Kiki when I really take an overview of the whole situation. I think she moved right. I think her dude is weak-hearted. Yeah. It's hard being with a woman who is sought after, known. People want to be around her. It's going to be hard because you are constantly going to be asked, is that your girls tour or a world tour?
Watch that. I ain't gonna lie, man. I just watched that today.
You gotta get a world tour.
Is that a world tour or your girls tour? Like, niggas is always gonna come at you with that energy. But that's when who you are and what you got going on gotta speak for itself.
He don't got nothing going on.
You know what I mean? Like, no, he ain't even gotta have too much going on. It's just a simple fact that, first of all, I got enough going on because Kiki's my baby mom, and we live together. I got enough going on, my boy. Like, and when I say I got enough going on, it might not be, okay, I might not have something going on where I got more money than you, but peep where I'm at. Yeah. I don't need you to validate me. Kiki Palmer's coming home tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
What do I need the internet to tell me anything for?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That dress that Usher was serenading her in, I'm gonna be taking it off.
Yeah, she finna come home. I'm finna play Usher.
What is we talking about?
I'm Usher.
Hello.
I'm Usher. I'm dancing and everything. As soon as
she come home, Confessions is on.
Swear to God.
Superstar.
I'm fucking sliding across the floor on my knees.
Can I go there? Like, soon as she gets to the door, like, hold up, fuck all that. Fuck that concert.
Groovy, baby.
You feel me? Like,
I'll be in that.
Let's go. Like, we not playing them games. So I feel like he folded. I feel like my boy was super insecure. He hopped on the net, which is a big no-no. You never hop on the net to have a conversation with your woman. I feel like that is just the opposite of what it means to walk in masculinity. Yeah. It's the opposite of what it means to kind of be the man of your household. I'm not having a public conversation with my woman under any circumstance, even if she pop out with a sex tape. Like, we not doing this on the internet. Like, in fact, I don't even have nothing for the internet. People gonna be like, "How you feel about her sex tape?" And I'm gonna be posting the Lum LaL show, nigga. Like I don't need. I don't have no energy for that on the net. You know what I mean? None. Yeah. So I think that was a big mistake. And then especially when people started dropping shit on him, like, "Damn, nigga, you just posted her twerking like 3 weeks ago, like or 2 months ago, whatever." Yeah. Like, or you just posted her. You just posted in your drawers a couple weeks ago, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, you and your feelings, my boy.
I don't know. Dude looked kind of funny in the face to me anyway, a little bit. He looked like, I don't know.
My girl said he was light skinned, so he already knew what it was.
He looked like.
And I didn't know how to. Absolutely. I'm not coming out light skinned men because I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know smoke from the beige congregation.
Hey, shout out Terrell, man. I don't want no smoke, bro. 50 Shades of Beige.
The best fucking Instagram name is 50 Shades of Beige, dog. That nigga got the best Instagram name.
I don't want no smoke. I just know that, that's how they was coming. That's how they was coming.
Yeah, he just looked, I don't know, he looked insecure in the face. Like, you see his face?
I did, but I don't remember it, though.
Yeah, he got the type of face to look insecure in the face, ass nigga. Like, he got a,
Obviously, though, because I was talking to Kev. Me and Kev on Call of Duty and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, bro, boom, boom. I'm like, yeah, because I'm still coming. I'm not even thinking about the Kiki situation. I'm thinking about if it was my girl and she's shaking ass on Usher. That's not even the situation that's happening.
That's not even what's going on.
That's not even what's happening.
Niggas will make you think that, oh, she was throwing that ass on
head
Usher.
like, yo, fuck all that. Fuck that, because if she ever, fuck that. But like, and then when I really started to think about the situation and what was happening, he was like, yeah, because Kev is out in L.A. with, you know what I mean? He might go to the studio and Ariana Grande's in that motherfucker. Yeah. Literally. It's happened on numerous occasions. Yeah. So he's like, bro, I'm around this shit all the time. I just feel like it was some insecure shit, bro. And I was like, you might be right. And then lo and behold, he's the one that sent me Kiki's response. Like, we live together. Like, he seen my outfit before I left the house. Yeah. There was no mom talk before I left the house.
It takes security to be with somebody popular. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it says all that. I be having a conversation with my girl. I'm like, look, I definitely know you support, but don't think like. And to me, like, I understand. Like, I feel like people do believe in what I'm doing, but I understand it's hard to believe in some shit like purely like the people who envision it believe in it. And I never fault anybody for that. Me and Bilal have been rocking for years, on shows together for years. I don't think this nigga ever one time heard me come to a show and be like, damn, I wish my family was here. Or I was certain, even though I've had family come out to shows and shit, I just never wanted to be the one to rise on that. But my whole thing is like, I'm like, yo, don't be surprised if this shit go crazy in the amount of attention I get, or the amount of views I get, or the amount of, you know what I'm saying, just eyeballs I get go up. You got to be prepared for that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't be saying it like, oh, I think this shit's going, but you just never know. Shit's been going pretty well. You know what I mean? I have a lot of motherfuckers coming up to me about the show. Like, shout out to my dog at the gym who helped me up and said he felt bad because he helped me up with my workout for like 40 minutes, but he wanted to talk about how much he fucked with the pod. That's how much he fucked with the pod. He had 40 minutes of talking about how much he fucked with the pod. No, so I had 40 minutes to listen. You know what I mean? Like, okay.
I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially, you know what I mean? I got 40 minutes to listen and learn. Like, absolutely. What are the critiques? What are the things you like?
Yeah, what you got to say? He was giving everybody. He gave you a compliment. I was showing that. That pause clip was going crazy. Going completely crazy. He was like, "Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all got a." He's like, "Y'all got a synergy." He's like, "Y'all just got a synergy." Yeah. You know what I mean? But like, you gotta appreciate that type of shit for real.
You got to. You know what I mean? And so yeah, all that to say, man, if you ever come across a situation where you feel like you are in your feels as a grown man, don't go rush and make a decision while you in your feelings, bro. Like, unless it's a life or death decision, there's no decisions you should be making while you're like in your feelings, bro. Yeah. Especially when that involves your family, not your woman. Not. Don't talk to your woman on social media, bro. Don't do that.
About it, to me, it's weird. That's why I ain't even gonna lie. One of the most attractive things about my girl that was intangible, because I definitely was attracted to her when I met her, but was the fact that she does not be on social media like that. That was one of the most attractive things to me, because certain people, like when you come up in the social media era and you have that attachment to it, and whenever you get upset, you want to, like, me personally, I was in high school before, like I said, I graduated 2008. I was in high school. I was in 9th grade before everybody really, really started having cell phones. Some people had them. Yeah, niggas had Nokias and shit when we was in fucking, middle school. But I'm talking about the era where Like, if you walk down the street and you see 100 people, 99 of them have a cell phone. Like, I was around before that era and before they even had, way before social media. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even count cell phones as being what they are today until the advent. To me, cell phones became what they are today in 2011 or 2012.
Literally what I was about to say.
Instagram became
literally what I was
popping.
about to say. Cell phones.
Once Instagram became a staple,
the combination
cell phones
of,
changed.
Once the combination of the iPhone becoming fully functional and social media, and there being 2 social media platforms, phones really started to become what they were for society. Like, I remember coming up before that and trying to have relationships before that and relations before that. I remember having to meet girls by literally walking around and seeing them places.
And I was just talking about that today.
You know what I mean? Like, literally,
I was just talking about that today.
You hope me and my guy just walking around the fucking new neighborhood I just moved out to, just hoping to see somebody, going to the mall, hoping to see somebody. So to me, this whole attachment of announcing everything on social media, it just seems so weird to me because it's not how I came up. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and I feel like we're the last, because everybody born after us basically came up. Like, if you came to high school after me, if I did my 4 years and you 4 years younger than me and you came to high school right when I left, you came into that shit. The beginning of it, you know what I mean?
You'll never know how it feels to risk your life just to knock on her door.
Just to knock on her door.
You don't know. You might not.
You don't even know if she's there.
You don't know if she's there. You don't know if her dad going to answer. You got to call her. Like, niggas don't even know what it's like to call nobody house phone and have to ask, yo, can I speak to Tiana? A random name. Can I speak to Alicia? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, who this? Who this? Who this? It's me. Yeah, no, I be feeling it's me, sir. Who this? You know what I'm saying?
You know she there.
Yeah.
He's still like, nah, she ain't here.
She ain't here.
Like,
she ain't here. No, just
you hear her in the background.
Jessica told me she was gonna be home. She's like, I'm here. I'm just not allowed on the phone. Don't fucking call this house back no more. Now you're like, well, damn. Y'all niggas just get to DM somebody. A motherfucking DM.
You got 2 phones in the house. You don't even know if he's listening.
You don't even know.
He be listening.
You know he's listening. You
Yo.
hear that?
Yo.
You hear that?
Let me tell you, my mom was listening to me on the phone one day. No, I ain't even gonna lie. She wasn't even listening. This is back when I had braids. I was mad. She caught me. I was talking some shit to some girl. She braided my hair, right? She just braided my shit. I'm sitting between her legs. I'm on the floor. I'm sitting there. I'm texting some girl. I'm probably like 17, 16. I'm texting her like 18, maybe 18. You know what I'm saying? I put the phone down. She finished the braid. She was like, Anthony. I was like, huh? She's like, so why is that girl gonna need a wheelchair? I'm like, Mom, get out of my text message. I was so mad, like, because I'm all young, I'm talking shit, like, yeah, you know, it's gonna be this. You know, you all dumb. You 17.
Because the trampoline is broken, Mom. I'm trying to tell her not to jump on the trampoline.
She's like, I don't know.
I don't want her to get injured.
My mom, like, I don't know. You sitting there telling her she's gonna need a wheelchair. I just wanted to fucking know why she was gonna need a wheelchair. I was so mad, like, so mad, yo. Just being 17.
So why is she gonna need a wheelchair?
So why is that girl going to need a wheelchair? Because she waited 3 minutes. She didn't do it immediately. I sent the text and put my phone down. I'm watching TV. She finished the braid. She chilling. That was right around when she stopped braiding my hair. I had to start getting braided other places. I was just like, yeah, why she going to need a wheelchair? I'm like, all right, Mom, we done.
You know, like, that's funny because I feel like there's always a moment when you realize that somebody seen something that they wasn't supposed to.
Yes.
It's just like damn.
So many moments like that, yo.
Like damn. I hope they peeped that shit. Like,
I hope they.
That's crazy.
That shit.
I wanted to talk about this one a little bit. So Britney Spears, right?
And Victor Wembanyama is the story.
Wembanyama, who, how you feel about him?
Is a prospect?
Yeah.
I feel like he looks like he has the potential to be like the fucking, one of the best players we ever seen. He also looks mad injury prone to me.
He looks mad injury prone to me.
He's mad skilled. I was watching this summer league game. I feel like he can be like, I feel like they want him to be like KD, but really his ceiling is probably like a souped up Anthony Davis. You know what I mean? I feel like he's good though. I feel like he looks like a good prospect. I'm interested in seeing him.
Does he hit the gym? Is that a thing for him?
He said when everybody asked him about his weight, he said he feels like he doesn't need to put on weight. And all the NBA players are like,
I'm about to bully you.
Draymond Green was like, listen, I think he's going to be good, but all that 7'4" Harlem Globetrotter dribbling through people shit, we're not letting you do that. This is the NBA. That's what he was saying. This is the NBA now. So like, I feel like he has enough height and enough skill to get loose and to be a productive player. Whether he's going to be the the transitional, like transcendent, once in a lifetime player that like LeBron or a Michael Jordan was, or even a Kevin Durant or a Steph Curry. I don't know if he's gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's gonna be the greatest ever. But nigga 7'3", got a crossover, got a little jumper and shit like that. He was getting, you know what I'm saying? He had a bad shooting night last night at the Summer League game, I'll say that, but he had some wild plays. Blocked the nigga at the 3-point line. You know what I'm saying? He had some of those, oh fuck. Yeah. So when this dude, you can't judge everybody after the first year. Kobe's averaging 8 points a game his first year. So
yeah, that rim protection look crazy.
The rim protection, I feel like he has a chance to be the defensive player of the year one. I'll say that. Year one, I feel like he's gonna be having 4 blocks. I feel like he's so athletic and so big that like when you have him in the defense and he's back there like trying to cover the floor, it's gonna be hard because he can make up ground. He's fast. He can get out from the 3-point line. He can get back. So you got Popovich down there. He's in a good system. He didn't go to your average number 1 team.
Right.
He went to a number 1 team with probably the best coach ever. You know what I'm saying? Who's been kind of halfway competitive with some okay players. So he's interesting. It's an interesting kid to see. He's learning a lot about American media now. I'll say that.
I mean, the Britney Spears thing, I feel like is a miscommunication.
Yeah.
I don't know who's suing who. I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is that his security did what they were supposed to do.
Oh, what happened? What happened? You ain't even say what happened.
Oh, well, Brittany would like Victor was walking away.
Yeah, he was entering a restaurant, I guess.
Yeah, he was walking into a place. Brittany was walking into a place behind him though, and so she hit a light jog to catch up to him, and was trying to like tap him on the shoulder, and when she got to him, security. You know what I mean? Flung her shit back, and then she hit herself in the face on some like goofy shit, and I guess it became a thing. Like she was struck by the security.
Yeah, but they did do what they were supposed to do. There's fanatics.
They did exactly what. First of all, somebody was like, "You should have looked back and saw it was Britney Spears." First of all, Britney Spears like every white woman in Walmart.
You in fucking San Antonio?
I don't know.
You know how many Britney Spears is fucking walking around San Antonio? Probably like
I don't know.
And this is not Britney Spears 20 years ago.
She could have been like, "I'm Britney Spears." Yeah, fucking right.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are, Rebecca. Breaking the fuck away from me.
Yeah. All right, Tammy.
Whole time it's Britney Spears for real.
Yeah, like,
but she looked like any other white girl to me, like, because I mean, especially like we're not talking about prime time Britney Spears. We're talking about 17 years later Britney Spears. Like, literally. I'm not checking for Britney. I don't know you, Britney. I'm sorry. It could have been Pink. It could have been Lindsay Lohan.
She got too excited.
It could have been fucking
I'm not 100% sure.
Like, I don't know.
I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Like, I'm not the fucking leading expert on Britney Spears. I think she's from Texas. I could be wrong. So maybe she's just a Spurs fan, and she was just mad excited to see this nigga got overly excited, you know what I mean, and just ran up on him and grabbed his shoulder from behind. Like, probably just an overexcited fan.
It was probably that, but his security did what they're supposed to do. Yeah. Because I don't care if you Britney Spears or not. This man pays me to make sure people don't touch him.
Yes.
So don't touch him.
Yes. This is $1 billion merchandise for the NBA. He ain't seen $1 billion, but if it works out, don't touch him at all. Yeah. Don't touch him. Because if you fucking touch him, he swings back, he break his finger. You know what I'm saying? No, fuck that. Don't touch him.
Yeah.
Don't touch him. Let him walk through. And he said, I didn't really turn around and see who it was. I was instructed to walk straight no matter what into the restaurant. You know what I mean? Because you're number 1 pick in San Antonio. They didn't want to cause a stir, so he just told him just to walk straight into the restaurant. He just kept walking.
Sir. So he just like, I'm not turning around.
I'm not turning around.
For English not to be his first language, my man's media training is on point.
Oh, yeah. He know how to talk. He know how to talk. He looked like he seemed like he's ready for this. He kind of got like a Luka about him. You know how Luka was a pro player for all them years. At 13, you know what I'm saying, came into the league just ready to go. Like, first year, I'm like, well, this nigga gonna fucking win the MVP someday. Right. Like, Luka was the motherfucker who came in. They wasn't talking about him as a prospect because we didn't know about him. That was the motherfucker who came in ready to play. But this kid, I feel like he has a chance to. Like I said, you look first summer league game, how you gonna look when you fucking looking at Joel Embiid in the face? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna look when Giannis Antetokounmpo come to town? That's what I want to see. You know what I mean? When these dudes come to town, because the league's kind of ran by big men now, to be honest. Like, collectively, the last 4 or 5 MVPs have been big men. They've been Embiid, Jokic, Giannis. Big men been running this shit.
I'm not mad at that situation. I feel like it was a miscommunication.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that.
That security deal was.
And Britney Spears will be okay. You ain't got to say anything about it. You know what I mean?
Right, she's not like she'll be alright.
Go to the Spurs game. Maybe they'll give her give her courtside seats.
She'll be alright. She'll be alright.
Yeah, that one was important to talk about for me too. For real.
Right.
Ice Cube's Big 3 league.
So first explain of all, what is the Big 3?
The Big 3 is a basketball league that takes place over 10 weeks in the summertime. That has 3-on-3 half-court basketball with the incorporation of full-court shots and other role changes. It's based off of, 3-on-3 basketball that we all love to play in the black community because more likely if you don't have 10, you may have 6. So, you know what I mean? We used to play 3-on-3. It's definitely
we play
one of my favorite
whatever.
forms.
Whatever
2-on-2, 33.
4-on-4.
Or if there's an odd number, we're going to play 33.
Yeah.
And it was recognized as the first black-owned sports league. You know what I mean? Recently, you know what I mean? So that was a big announcement that Ice Cube was talking about. But basically, he was having a conversation about how the league is growing. By the way, you can watch his league on ABC, and you can, if you look at Big 3 on Instagram or YouTube or anything like that, you'll find the game streaming. They're definitely pretty good. It's going on right now. Yeah. And shout out to Ice Cube and the Big 3. I'm definitely a fan. But it's a league where NBA players and other players who are basically pro caliber or right below. You maybe have a guy who was like player of the year 4 times in his conference in college, but maybe he wasn't that good enough to get drafted. Mm-hmm. And then you have NBA players that definitely still got some more juice that are still able to play, and maybe the NBA doesn't want them, but they can come play in the Big 3 half court. Because a lot of times you still got the skill set. It's just at 33.
Michael Jordan can play in the Big 3. Like, I mean, I know he's old, but he can still hoop, bro. He can if he was in the NBA, he can still average 12 points a game.
No, I ain't gonna lie. To me, I ain't gonna lie. One lesson I learned from AI, and shout out to AI, it depends on how he kept his body up, because like a lot of them dudes can still play, but AI's injuries piled up. And the first thing I seen with the AI, the first time, I never forget, like it was just hard for me to see. And Katino Mobley was a bad boy when he played. Bad motherfucker. Like Cat was. I'm a fan of Cat. Seeing Katino Mobley cook AI like that. Yeah. Let me know that, okay, there's the caliber of old dude who. So to me, it's like, MJ, how many cigars you had? Because do you really want to get cooked out here by Jeremy Pargo?
How many cigars you had, but more so, are you working out every day?
Are you working out?
Because if you work out 5 times a week, I don't care how many cigars you have.
Yeah, because some of these,
you're still cooking some young cats who don't smoke or drink.
Nah, for sure. Because some of these dudes, you gotta remember, there's a lot of older NBA players, and some of these dudes 28. You know what I mean? Yeah. Fresh off overseas, they dunking. You don't want to see him like I don't want to see MJ get cooked by Jeremy Pargo. Like you know what I'm saying? It'd be crazy.
Mean, but
shout out to Jeremy Pargo.
But I feel like MJ, to me, as far as basketball players go, I liken him the most to Mike Tyson. Yeah. To where the sport is the sport, and he always gonna not necessarily play professionally, but he's never going to be like, I don't play basketball.
No, I definitely think Jordan.
You never going to hear Michael Tyson say, I don't box no more. I don't think
he's going to play like Michael Jordan. I think he's going to play differently, but I definitely think he can play.
He's not going to be out there tongue out dunking from the foul line.
He's going to be fucking backing people down.
A hooper is a hooper is a hooper is a hooper. Like,
facts.
You know what I mean? So,
but he's been able to. Ice Cube's been able to showcase a lot of these dudes, especially like dudes who've been out the league 1 or 2 years, still have a lot of juice in them. Like, and I feel like that too. I feel like there's been an abundance of players who kind of been forced into retirement because the league is decided to go younger. There's players on the end of benches who ain't playing, young dudes who ain't getting no rotation. Like, to me, like, for you to tell me the past 5 years that like Dwight Howard, Carmelo Anthony, Rajon Rondo weren't like 3 of the top 400 players in the league after I seen 2 of them win a championship with Braun, it's ridiculous to me. So I feel like Ice Cube is giving a lot of these dudes a league to showcase their talent, because a lot of times they don't really have a chance to prove that unless you want to get a workout. But when you're going on Big 3 and you're still looking like your legs is under you, and you know as a vet of 30-something years old, which a lot of these dudes are trying to get in, they don't need you for 48 minutes a night. They need you for 13. They need you for 5. They need you for a big moment in the playoffs because you got knowledge. It got Joe Johnson another job, which he was still ready to hoop. Like Jamal Crawford had to retire. I still feel like he could hoop from the last time I seen him. So Ice Cube has been able to give them, with the Big 3, another burst of life, and it's been great basketball. It's worked out beautifully. I've watched it, like I said, I watched it all 6 years from the first year because AI started with him. He was one of the first premier players, but AI's body, honestly, and I don't ever want to diss AI. AI was getting cooked by Katino Mobley because his body just couldn't hold up. Too many injuries over his career. Katino Mobley is like in shape now. Like, if you look at Cat, full gray beard will cook most people on the street. So like, you know what I'm saying? He's Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, the dude who got blackballed by the NBA. He got another chance in the Big 3, which I thought was beautiful, and he was the MVP. He was cooking people. You talk about still can play, cooking people at 40, 50 years old, looking ridiculous. I mean, bro, ridiculous. If you look up his highlights with the Big 3, you'll be like, yo, they fucking black. Like, he had years left in the league. Fucking goddamn shame. Probably could have been a Hall of Famer.
I mean, it lit his career back up. They about to do another documentary.
Yeah, another one. Yeah.
But that's a good. Facts. I mean, but you know, but I think that
the good things the league has done. You know.
But and it just shows the evil of business. Like, yes. I've been saying since I was young, business is a euphemism for evil. Yeah. Not that all business is evil, but business in the way that we go about it really is the practice of like just evil. And the reason why I say that is because people will do people. You ever watch Roots, the new one?
The new one? No, I haven't watched it.
In the new Roots, Kizzy, right, Kunta's daughter, fell in love with this free man who was passing through the farm that she was at.
Yeah.
And an instance happened where two white men were going at it, but it was being orchestrated by another white man in the shadows. And he had said something, and this isn't just about, I feel like, white men. I feel like it's about businessmen who are overwhelmingly white.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about business in particular. He said a white man would take 10 steps out of tilt just to take one step towards what he wants. And I was like, and when I say that, like getting back to this Big Three thing, the NBA will much rather eliminate the Big Three, even though the Big Three will never step on its toes for real. Yeah. Because the problem is for them is that they don't want a place where people that they've discarded to do what they discarded them from doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? They don't want any other avenue of basketball to exist in a way where an American consumer would rather watch a Big Three game than watch. Because if it's off-season, because this is the thing, basketball struggles with the regular season. Yeah. You can be a diehard fan and miss 50% of the regular season. Yeah, you're waiting for the playoffs.
You can. You absolutely can be a diehard NBA fan and miss 50%.
Now that
miss 70% of the regular season.
Now that diehard NBA fan who misses 60% of the regular season is not only missing 60%, now they're missing 67% and spending majority of that time watching the Big Three.
Yeah, to me,
you know what I mean? They don't want that.
To me, it makes me wonder, like, the whole rebrand, if it's not a pivot from, not a pivot, but if it's not like a play to try to protect the whole rebrand that they did with the D League to the G League. Because I feel like a lot of these dudes I feel like they're trying to promote the G League and have it be a baby NBA, because a lot of these dudes who are top high school prospects now can go to the G League for a year and then go to the NBA rather than going to college. So a lot of these dudes who would be showstoppers for March Madness are now in the NBA's baby league.
I mean, that's cool, but
I feel like they consider Ice Cube's league not direct competition, because the high school players aren't coming straight out to go to the Big Three. They don't see it because number one, they may if they ever seen it as a viable option, but number one, they don't know that them practicing that game is going to transfer to 5-on-5 full court basketball. Whatever.
It's not.
If you have an NBA veteran, though, I feel like it can showcase that he still got legs and still got game. So, but it's hard to transfer when you're talking about developing a young cat. I can see that.
But that's the thing.
Entertainment-wise, I feel like they want to put the G League in the spot where the Big Three is, because they feel like they have the horses with these young dudes that's coming out of college. But because more and more of them.
Nobody give a fuck about that, though.
Yeah, no one wants to see them. We're just waiting for them to get to the
Who's
NBA.
this young dude? I don't know him. I want to see the players that I know and love go off.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know. I didn't know. I followed basketball very a decent amount, and I could be sleeping. I didn't know who the fuck Scoot Henderson was until the draft came up. I knew who Brandon Miller was for Alabama the entire year. I knew who Victor Wembanyama was the whole entire year. I knew who them Thompson twins were that play in college the whole entire year. I just happen to know who college basketball players are. They don't really promote the fucking G League like that. So to me, for them to be acting like that towards Ice Cube's league is weird. And I feel like there's a slight chance that The Rock could run into the same issue with the XFL that he's starting with the NFL, because the NFL been way more territorial than the NBA. And I can't see them trying to do the partnership type, because The Rock wants to create, Ice Cube and The Rock basically wanted to kind of do the same thing. They wanted to have a league adjacent to the big league that is on when the big league is not on. You know what I mean? And they can be a feeder for the big league to work through. But I feel like the NFL has no feeder system like that, so maybe they'll be more likely to work with them, because there is no league that they're pulling players up from, like the G League.
There's no G League.
But they're basically trying to. But basically, Ice Cube said it started off good with the NBA players in the brass. I remember they used to talk about it all the time, and then all of a sudden, he said a lot of his NBA friends. He said he asked the dude, who's in the league, like, what's going on? Yeah, he used to always talk about the league. Now y'all don't really mention it no more. He said the NBA was like, yeah, they told us not to mention Big Three. So it's that shit about business they saying. They're trying to squash it, but it's been growing steadily every year. People have been supporting it. It's good basketball, so I think they're going to have to come around
because
eventually.
think about it like this.
He is a good product, man.
What happens if you keep putting pressure on Kyrie and Kyrie go to Big Three? Mm-hmm. Now, what's going to happen is, I'll tell you, Kyrie's going to take a pay cut, but the league of Big Three is going to take a pay raise. Yeah. and it's going to make it sexy for people that are in situations like Kyrie, or just or like, hey, he did it, I can do it.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. If there would have been a team, I knew the thing is, all that shit they was talking, I knew niggas was gonna give Kyrie $200 million, so I knew he wasn't going nowhere, which he just got. But I knew it the whole fucking time, because if you seen Kyrie Irving play and say all that, then just put the tape on.
That's what I'm saying.
But if he didn't get his money, I really felt like he would have he would have been the type of dude to go to the big three.
And they're afraid of that because it gives players a viable option. Hey, I might not make $15 million this year, but I'm still hooping and I'm still sustaining my lifestyle. Yeah. I'm still making money. And me leaving the NBA is not going to be a deal breaker for my brand deals.
Yeah.
I mean, don't let Nike, because Nike, of course, is in bed with the NBA and the NFL, but that doesn't mean that Nike, because the NFL and NBA can't do anything to Nike. You can't hurt Nike. Yeah. You're a consumer. Yeah. So Nike can very well hop in bed with the big three. Yeah. If one of their prospects or sponsors or people that they sponsor jumps over to the big three, now you got, a situation where it's like, well, now we really got to acknowledge these motherfuckers. Yeah. It's like, they're going crazy for real.
But yeah, man, support the big three, man. They support NBA legends.
And it's better than N1
they got fucking Dr. J coaching. Support the fucking big three, dog.
And I feel like it's better than N1 because N1 was not controlled by the people. Yeah. When you watched it, did you watch the little jet? Yeah. Bro, it blew my mind, bro.
They ripped them boys off.
I had no idea, bro.
Them boys off. That was crazy.
Them boys was getting ripped off. To me, N1 was all about the basketball. The shoe was secondary. But no, for them, the shoe was first, and the basketball shit was just to promote the shoe.
Yeah. Man. And it's crazy because you'll still see N1s in stores. They don't even care about promoting the brand. That shit could have still went. Motherfuckers will still be showing up to parks today.
I think they sold N1 to Nike.
I mean, the way they running it is the same way I look at
wrong.
Adam 22.
Yeah.
Same way.
What you mean?
Like, I don't know. I just feel like he's trying to extract from the culture.
Yeah.
Give to it. Like,
always. That's what they're going to do.
Community, always add value. When you start just trying to acquire from that community and not giving value, you run into static, man.
Facts.
You run into static every time. You know what I mean? So even when I'm doing something new, like even with the podcast and so forth, like when I'm coming in or just art in general, I came in that community adding value. Yeah. And instead of just taking from it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? By doing that, man, it just, when you're doing it the opposite way, you just always get static, man.
Yeah, facts.
I don't know.
That shit will dry out. Can't suck everybody dry. Pause.
Yeah,
Pause.
For sure.
Pause.
That was happening.
Yeah. Why we got all these pause moments now? After that one clip, we got all these pause moments.
I'll be ready for my pauses. Listen.
I'm making a whole reel.
Yeah, pause.
Especially Love be singing it. I just saved like 4 of them already.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Together for the holidays or something.
But yeah, I know we go,
for the holidays is crazy.
Yo, I need all of them.
Yeah, I got you.
I know we're going to get out of here in a sec, you know what I'm saying? But I had a documentary recommendation that kind of reminded me of the N1. American Gladiators, Muscle and Mayhem on Netflix. That shit was fire.
Oh, I seen that the other day. I didn't click on it.
It is definitely fire.
Is it a documentary?
They were fucking the contestants up, yes. They were, bro, motherfuckers was getting a head busted. It was crazy. They were going through a lot of shit on tour. And they was worse than N1 because they had toys and merchandise. They were the number one show on TV.
Yeah.
So, like, it was crazy. That, and also I want to leave with a question I got from Facebook. I'm going to start bringing these Facebook questions back a little bit. A young lady had a question on Facebook, so I need to know, is it gay for a man to use oven mitts to get hot food out of the oven? I don't know.
First of all, no.
She asked, I have no clue.
First of all, no.
I don't know if it is.
What? Is it? You gotta repeat that, brother.
She said, is it gay for a man to use oven mitts to get hot food out of the oven?
It gotta be a joke. She gotta be a troll. She gotta be a troll.
That's just a brain twist.
Yeah. She had a couple of them. She had like 4 or 5 of them joints. She was like, she basically said.
You want to shout her out real quick?
No, I don't want to put it out. Because people going to go, it's kind of hateful. Some of her stuff is kind of hateful. It was kind of funny to me, though. She basically...
trying to reveal who this Facebooker is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was thinking a couple of them questions. She had a couple of them joints. Is it gay to use an umbrella when it's raining?
Hey yo, hey yo. Okay, I see who she is now.
You see the type of person?
Yeah, the first one makes sense now.
Yeah, the first one makes sense. You sort of see the thing.
She definitely trolling.
Super troll. Super troll. And I think the other question she said was, how long would it take to give a draft 15 rounds of CPR?
I know who she is now.
Yeah. 15 rounds of CPR.
Because you got to pump the chest and... So you got to...
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go back.
Gary over there. Gary over there nervous. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Too damn long. Yeah, I don't know. I think that those questions to me are always hilarious because it's like, what do y'all expect men
They don't expect the answer. I actually want to see.
They don't expect the answer, but people.
But I've
heard someone for sure, for real, seriously say she thought it was weak of a man to not eat steak. She went out with a nigga and he ordered a salmon. She's like, "You don't want steak?" It's like, "No, I want steak tonight. I want some salmon."
Wait, some
girl like, "You're not eating steak." Like, I just feel like men eat steak.
No way.
I feel like it's just manly to eat steak.
Yeah. Some girl. She's like, first time a nigga, as soon as a nigga order a pink lemonade with me at dinner, he's done. I was like, damn, I feel like that's the better lemonade than the regular lemonade.
But listen, though, but you don't want to be with somebody like that anyway.
Yeah, but you thinking like that?
You don't want to be with somebody like that
God,
anyway.
That's hilarious, yo. Yeah, I don't want to be with somebody like that, but I'm happy that they exist and that they have a platform to have their voice.
Absolutely.
You don't want to be with somebody like that. Because I know a motherfucker that... And the thing is I was talking about this the other day, just before we wrap up. I just want to talk about this the other day. People, especially people that are from like rough situations and they think that they're tough, they assume that people who don't do the same things that they do on a daily basis are not solid. Yeah. They assume that because you don't sell cocaine or because your name ain't ringing bells in the streets that you'll hesitate on taking their life if you need to. Yeah. That's a grave mistake.
That's a grave mistake.
That's a grave mistake to think that because somebody is doing something that you think is soft, mistake. That they are soft. Yeah. I'm telling you, that's a big mistake. Yeah. I've seen instances of people being attacked who look soft, and before they hit the ground, bullets were shot. Yeah. I've seen instances of people who look soft walking away with the bloody knuckles. Yeah.
You should be scared of that dude who feel like he can't beat you. I remember I had two of my peoples getting into it. He had basically beat his his homie up or whatever. I got to disguise the story a little bit so motherfuckers don't know who it is. He beat his homie up a little bit, and then the motherfucker walked away. He's like, all right, yeah, I got you. Bet. He walked away. My boy, I'm sitting there looking at him. He like, man, I'm motherfucker talking about he got me. He know he can't beat me. I'm like, yeah, so why is he so sure? You should be a little bit fucking worried. He knows he can't beat you physically. He can walk away like, all right, bet. I got you. Just walk down the street, nigga. What you mean you got me? Like, because we already done settled the fact that you know you can't not. You should be. I told him you should be petrified. Right. He started screaming. What you mean you got me?
What you mean?
What you mean?
Hey, bro.
Hold on.
Are you talking about Charles?
Are you talking about Charles?
That's what you
talking about one time Charles and Andy was fighting up the street?
Yo, in the early pods, I think I accidentally dropped some names and shit in there. Now I'm more careful.
Who, I did?
No, me. I did for sure.
Look for those names, man.
I did for sure. In the earlier pods, if you watch the earlier pods, we were still in the other studio. I damn sure accidentally dropped a name.
I'm not dropping no names.
It wasn't for no crazy stories, but it definitely was stories. They'd be like, damn, nigga, like.
But before we get out of here, y'all, just remember the Discord is up and it's functioning. Absolutely. We want to be adding content to the Discord every day as time goes on. Yes. So join our Discord now, and you will receive the OG role. And we'll keep that open until we feel like we need to close it.
Yeah, for sure.
More content. Also,
a lot more content everywhere coming soon.
More clips.
More content, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Corey. You know what I'm saying? Corey. All the hard work on the clips. He want to be putting out. Sure. Putting out.
If you're enjoying the content, make sure you like and subscribe, man, because it is
appreciate y'all boys, man.
For sure. And it's definitely hard work doing this and making sure we stay consistent. And it's always rewarding seeing y'all interact with us.
Yeah, for sure.
But also, don't go around thinking that people are what you think they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Always allow room for your perception to change, grow, shift, and be obliterated if it needs to. Mm-hmm. Because you never really know who someone is until they show you. Mm-hmm. And even when they show you, still be skeptical.
Absolutely.
You feel me? And on that note, this has been a Lum LaL show. Shout out to 1028 Podcast Studios.
Yes, sir.
And we out.
Lottie-dottie, we love the potty.
Anytime, fellas.
Yep.
Anytime, man.
Shit was fire.
Appreciate it.